Alright guys, got myself a little clean rag and did a little bit of a pre-cleanup there, so we're almost done. So now what I'm doing is just kind of, cleaning out the inside of the frame here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put just a little drop right there on the feed ramp. And get this nice and as clean as I can. I want to make sure that the feed ramp stays clean so that your rounds are less likely to jam up. Especially again with the Desert Eagle, I've heard so many reviews that people call these things the Jam-O-Matic. I mean, granted, I haven't put hundreds and hundreds of rounds through it, but I haven't had a feeding problem once. I think a lot of it has to do with number one, using the correct ammo that the manufacturer recommends, and two, a lot of it has to do with how you hold it. Not limp wristing it. I'm right-handed, so I use a push-pull grip, and that keeps it. I mean, like I said, I haven't had one single solitary failure to feed, failure to extract, nothing. And I use these are Hornady 300 grain. These are jacketed hollow points. I actually got these by accident, but they work just as well. The other ones are just the Hornady, normal Hornady rounds, 300 grain. So, I mean, I know there's other manufacturers, but just try something that works for you. And like I said, make sure that you're holding it correctly. That actually has a lot to do with it. So, all right, pretty well got this thing clean, satisfied with it. Get the hammer back here. I got all that. See, you can't see it anymore. That it was very shiny and gritty. There's just a tiny bit right here on the hammer, but it's not gritty. It's just a little bit discolored. Just some cleaning agent there. So it's a lot cleaner. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now for reassembly. So what you want to do is you can start with her like this. I'm just gonna run this little piston. I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit of oil on it, just to kind of give it a good cleaning, because you don't want that piston to stick. See, even it had a little bit of gunk on it. Clean that off. That's where the gas and all that junk goes right through there, blows this piston back onto the springs, and so on and so forth. So I'll just clean this up really well. Okay guys, now for this part, so we're going to take the recoil springs. This little piston goes in one way, and the notch, as you see, is kind of on one side. So you want to put the notch when you turn this piston, it's going to go onto that side. It only goes in one way, and you're in there correctly because the piston, it's not turning, it's not moving. So now what you want to do is, or this is how I kind of do it. You go to put it back together. You want to kind of keep them up, get them so that they don't hit the gun itself, but it's got to clear to get back in these little holes right here. So you might have to sometimes kind of manipulate them. They sometimes have a mind of their own, if you will. You can just put some upward pressure. There we go. Get it to clear. And just, whoops, it pinched my glove. And just make sure that it's seated in those holes, like there, like so. Okay, we're not quite there yet. Oops, I accidentally hit that button. So, there we go. That's what you want. And you'll kind of know that you're there, because this thing will kind of start to slide. And so now what you'll do, you can lock that, and then this barrel will just go right on here, and you just push it back. Oh, wait, oops, I think I did this a little bit prematurely. There we go. Push it on. Make sure it's back. There. Now just check it. Make sure everything works. Go ahead and remove my gloves at this point. So it locks to the rear. Slide is fully functional. I see the piston. I know I'm clear. Go ahead and dry fire once. I'm good to go. Weapon back on safe. And that is how you clean and field strip a Desert Eagle, minus taking the bolt apart. And I'll probably show that in another video next time. If you guys have any questions or need anything, please let me know. I gotta say, I was quite pleased with this. I'm going to go back in here and just put a little bit in some of the areas, but I think this particular product, Clenzoil, does a really good job. I like that it's you know, kind of a, well, this has 4, but you know, cleans, lubricates, prevents rust, and it protects. So I do like that. What's also pretty cool is it is a veteran-owned business. You know, I like to support my vets. Thank them for their service, and the company's been around for, you know, almost 70 years. So they've been making this for quite some time. So I want to say the MSRP on this is going to be somewhere in the probably $12 to $15 range. But I do like it. You saw I didn't use a whole lot. Believe me, I still have quite a bit left, and you know, I think it did a really good job cleaning this weapon. So until next time, Triple Tapper out.